guys, it's Joshua Reviews, and guys, yes, this hurts. So, we're continuing Christmas month with, I'm just going to get straight into it, All the Creatures Were Stirring. Let's review this, shall we? There's a lot to unpackage. This is a movie I heard about last year. I was really intrigued by it. The trailer looked decent. And there was nothing about it that made me, facepalm myself like every time I see an Asylum movie trailer or every time I see an ITN movie trailer. This looked promising. And then I realized it actually had some good actors in it. It actually had a guy from The Real Rejects in it. And I had no idea about that. I had no idea this guy was in it. So by all means, I thought, I have to go check this out. And this year, I did. This is an anthology horror film. It's a horror comedy. I didn't know it was a comedy going into it. But let me just say, I had fun. That is one thing I did not expect to get out of this movie. First of all, like I said, it's an anthology, so I'll explain the stories and which ones I liked and the ones I disliked. First one, it is, I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's basically about all these guys in an office room, and they're doing a white elephant gift exchange, but as they're opening gifts, as they open them one by one, there's deadly traps, and they hear this message on the phone that basically says you have to open up all the presents, and, if you open up all the presents and survive, then, I'll let you live, because they can't leave because there's toxic gas filling the room outside, and one by one they start to turn on each other, and this was easily my favorite out of all of them. This was the most interesting, and the actors do a decent enough job that I cared for them. And, there you have your stereotypical douchebag in the group, but honestly, it was kind of fun to see him get mad at everyone. Overall, it was a really decent short. It's not too long, and it doesn't drag at any point. It knows exactly what it's doing, and it gets to the point, and after that, it ends, and you don't feel like anything, bad happened in terms of, was it bad or good? It didn't really have that feel to it. Overall, this was easily my favorite, and I would give this an A-. Second, I don't remember what it was called. All I remember is that it was just about this guy who locks himself out of his car on Christmas Eve. He's stuck out in this parking lot, and without giving too much away, these two 60s disco hippies, I don't know if I'm offending anyone, but whatever. They basically hey, you need some help, and some weird shit happens. This was not bad, but it was easily kind of the one I was like, okay. The actors do a fine enough job. Actually, I think they did a really good job on this one. I think the acting here in this short particularly was the best out of all of them. And the concept in the review at the end is kind of cool. I wouldn't say it's something we haven't seen before, but overall it wasn't bad. And it wasn't a bad short. I just think it's not my favorite, It's kind of like in the middle ground. I'd give it like a B+. The third short is where things start to go down. It's a retelling of A Christmas Carol, and this is easily one of my least favorites. It's not the worst, but it's definitely my fourth, because there's 5 shorts in this movie. It's A Christmas Carol. That's all I can say. Instead of ghosts, Here's my problem with the short. It didn't really explain our version of Scrooge. I don't think he's even called Scrooge in this one. He's just like a kind of a version of it. In fact, I think when this guy is watching TV, it's showing A Christmas Carol. So it's kind of weird. Wait, is this does Christmas Carol already exist in this timeline? Or is this, it was just kind of odd. I didn't really get it. And the ending was kind of odd as well. It just kind of ends. I mean, if you've seen A Christmas Carol, you know how it ends, so I'm not spoiling anything. It ends happy in this short. I'm not giving too much away. But it really ends, and it doesn't feel like anything is resolved. It just kind of feels like, oh, that's it? I mean, the acting's fine. The effects are they're okay. I mean, the ghosts look fine. There was one or two scenes that were kind of creepy with the ghosts, but overall, it was just kind of forgettable. However, it does have one memorable scene, and I think this is the best scene in the movie. The guy accidentally bumps into someone. He falls down, hits his head on like a table, and he dies. And his reaction is, "Oh shit!" And he runs out of there. But you have to see it to like understand. He says, "Oh shit," in the most Owen Wilson way. He's like, "Wow." But just imagine Owen Wilson saying, "Oh shit," like, "Oh shit." It was hilarious, and it had me laughing. I loved it. Overall, though, the acting is meh, effects are meh. It's overall just kind of like a C territory. The fourth one's easily the worst. I was bored. It's about basically this guy running over Prancer, and Prancer turns evil and chases him down and kills him. Acting, meh. Effects, meh. Nothing really gets resolved. It's just kind of there. I'm not really going to go into full detail about this because it was really just forgettable. And 2 minutes of this short is just driving. D minus. This was really the worst one out of all of them. The last one is my second favorite. By all means, this was surprising. One of the actors in this short is from Crazy Rich Asians, which I had no idea. I think this was like early in her career because they made this in like 2017 and then released it in 2018. And I only found out about it in 2019. Who knew? It's basically about this guy who I thought was a werewolf because he doesn't like having anyone around Christmas Eve. He doesn't like anyone coming over. So his girlfriend and a bunch of her friends come over for Christmas Eve. And she sees something outside and weird shit happens. Overall, sorry, I'm kind of itching. Sorry. But overall, I like this short. The ending is what I like the most. It kind of came full circle, and this episode has a Twilight Zone feel to it. Or a Twilight Zone or a Outer Limits feel, and I really, really dug it. I really like this short, and overall, there wasn't really anything I had a problem with. I just think that the first short was more entertaining, and overall it had a better, whole narrative to it. Like, I don't know, there's something weird about it, but the first story was easily the best. This is a really close second. I really, really like the short. It's weird because later we find out there's something weird, like with the characters. You'll find out if you watch it or not, but this is easily my second favorite. And overall, it had a twist that I didn't see coming, and I liked it. I overall liked the whole, story with it. I liked the acting. The effects were really cool, and there was a little cool thing where it turns the widescreen to black and white, and it has like this old retro feel. I really like that, and I really, really, really liked it. I don't know what I gave the first short. I think I gave it like an A+ or A. I'll give this an A-. Now, overall, how is the film? Acting-wise, it's fine. Acting-wise, it's completely fine. There's some actors that are really good, but like I said in the fourth short, the acting is starts to go down that territory of bad. But effects-wise, it's good. The camera, the cinematography is really good for a low-budget film. Here's what I can say about this film. This film was made with confidence. You can see that because it was low budget, they worked with what they got and they made it work. And overall, I applaud them for that. This movie was a genuine surprise. I look at this cover and I think this is going to be shit. But overall, I ended up liking it more than I did. More than I really thought I would coming out. I thought I was going to hate this film. The reviews are 80% on Rotten Tomatoes for the critics and 30-something for the audience. I thought I was going to be in the 30% audience, or 30% with the audience. No, I ended up liking this film. And guys, I'm going to give this film a B+. I really recommend you go see this because if you're an independent filmmaker or an aspiring filmmaker, I really recommend you watch this because even though it has somewhat of a low budget to it, this movie's made of confidence. They knew what they were doing, and overall, I really liked it because I really enjoyed watching this film. I didn't come out of it saying, oh, why'd I watch that? No, I really, really enjoyed this, and I really hope you guys watched it this Christmas. Guys, I'm going to go watch Elf, but other than that, guys, stay tuned for more reviews.